Hello. Uh, so you might notice a couple new things. I have a webcam now. Um, you can see all the stupid garbage that I put on my arm. So I have a glove to keep my hand from sticking on the screen, and then I have a like wrist support thing that I keep on. I just layer them both up. Um, So I have that, and then I got a couple plugins to put my chat up on the screen as well. So that's cool. Alright, so this time I'm going to be drawing a Dark Souls 3 screenshot. Alright, so let's get started. So I don't normally draw anything this complex, so this is going to be kind of a big deal for me. So the screenshot that I'm using is kind of like a knight character fighting like one of the first bosses in the game, and they're fighting like in water, so it's kind of an interesting setting. There's like a crumbly tower in the background, which will be good practice, and then there's like armor, which I've always wanted to get good at drawing, so that's another good thing for me to practice. Just roughing stuff in right now. And I think this drawing will probably have a lot more refinement needed than a lot of my other ones, because I've never drawn armor in my life. So like, there's a sword. Oh, straight lines, man. Go this way. That's better. I watched a bunch more stuff on the Dark Souls 3 preview, I guess. They let a bunch of people try and play it. I watched Lobos Jr.'s time with the game today. I talked about Body Videos yesterday. But it looks really good. I'm pretty psyched. I think I like the setting of Dark Souls more than I like the setting of Bloodborne. Like, Bloodborne's cool, but I don't know, something about Dark Souls, maybe because it was like it and Demon Souls were kind of the first things that got me into the Souls series, of course. So maybe I just have a fondness for those. So he's got kind of like a collar thing going on here. I can get more detail on that later. So for this, I might actually break up into a couple different planes. Because I want to rough in like the background as well. And I probably won't get the positioning right, so I want to be able to move that. Actually, let me... That should be good. I'm also not very good at drawing backgrounds, so that's another big reason I wanted to do this, because this will be like really, really good practice for backgrounds. Because not only is it backgrounds, but it's like crumbly ass backgrounds, which seem even harder. I'm definitely gonna need to zoom in to get the placement of what's going on in the background, right? I'm kind of just feeling it out at the moment, but I can't really tell for sure what's happening. I know this should definitely be higher, because this is all water. And this should be on another layer. There's another big dude. So there might be a couple of spoilers in this stream. I might talk about some of what I've seen in the things that I've watched about Dark Souls. One of them was the fight with this guy. So like when you get here, he's on a little island or something in the middle of this watery area. And you pull his coiled sword out of his chest, and then he like animates and starts fighting you. And this is his first phase, and then for his second phase, like this like darkness stuff in his back goes crazy, and then you fight a pretty giant thing that's like coming out of his back and him. It's like a parasite type of deal. But it looks really cool. It's an interesting boss fight. And then I think that you use that coiled sword to activate the first bonfire or something. Excuse me, still sick. Trying to get the proportions of all this stuff right. I noticed that the big guy here in the background was too close to the other dude, so I had to move that stuff apart a bit. And they're both standing in water, so there's going to be like splashing and stuff here and here. What's going on with his front foot? So he's got like a, I don't even know what you'd call it, like a, not a cape, it's sort of like a hip shawl thing. And his other leg's hidden behind that. It's not like this in the screenshot, but I might like put some wetness kind of soaking up from the water. Might be cool. This leg actually needs to be much longer than I drew it. Another cool thing in Dark Souls is how the crystal lizards are so different in Dark Souls 3. Pretty crazy. So this guy's got like a huge like halberd type thing. so this leg, shit, I don't think I'm even on the right layer. I need to merge these all together. I can still move stuff around. I'm gonna be drawing over this stuff eventually anyway, so it doesn't really matter at this point. Okay. Actually, this guy, I think I thought my canvas was ending where it wasn't. Whoops. Alright, so for this layer, I think I'm gonna turn down its layer opacity and then kind of just make a new layer and draw over it with more accurate stuff. Now that I've got stuff sort of roughly positioned. One second. I don't know why, but when I go to my own Twitch channel, I can't see it moving. It's just the Twitch thing with a, it's like a play button on it, but it doesn't actually play. Hopefully it's working for Alright, I think it is working. Okay, so with the drawing this complicated, I'm really like not even sure what to start on. Might need a little bit more opacity here. I guess I should start working on this night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna focus on this night guy and then worry about like relationships between things and positioning after that. Cause like if I can get him or her pretty accurate, the other stuff should kind of fall in. So when I don't want the color picker to pick color it does it. But when I'm trying my hardest to get it to pick a color, it won't follow my orders. It's kind of interesting how even on like their simpler armors like this one, they're starting to add like all these little details. Why did I do this? I don't know if it is or not, but this armor seems like pretty realistic from a construction standpoint. I don't know a ton about armor, but like the shoulder pad having a strap on it and everything. That'd be cool if like a lot of the armor was both more realistic and more interesting looking than some of the older Dark Souls armors. Like the Elite Knight armor was pretty boring. I guess there's been some cool ones, but I also saw that you can get an Uchigatana really early, which is kind of crazy. My first time through Dark Souls, Uchigatana was my main weapon. Fuck that up. So this just looks like a standard kite shield to me. Oh, something that I wanted to mention yesterday is that we've been getting a lot of rain recently, and my mom for Christmas got me some herbs. So we were trying to grow cilantro, we were trying to grow some basil, and a couple other things. And some snail found out about it, and it's just been fucking destroying everything. And then I caught it on Saturday, and it was, I think, just kind of getting to the cilantro and starting to feast again. So we had to bring that stuff inside because we get this like anti-snail thing, but they, like, if it rains, it washes it away, and then the snails can get through it again. Fucking snails. So for stuff like this, where it's going to be going with the angle of my wrist, I'll just flip this around so it's easier to follow that curve. And because the curvature of the shield, that side thing is not visible for the whole time. And man, the front of the shield's like really fucked up. I wonder if your weapons and armor take like procedural damage this time. Cause like the way that it's fucked up looks like pretty specific. That might just be me reading into it too much, but that'd be cool, I think. Okay, so now there's like some shit on here. Oh. These collars feel much more Bloodborne to me than Dark Souls. Fuck. Linger for like 1 second. Sorry. Go away, YouTube comments. Okay. So I'm trying. This part I'm getting to is really complicated because there's all sorts of shit hanging on his belt and stuff, and we're trying to figure out the best way to tackle it. So like roughly I know there's a pouch thing here. Just kind of a belt. So many belts. Alright, I'm gonna finish up this arm. And then I can know where the sword is in relation to other stuff. That'll help out a bit. Okay, so the hilt of the sword is like basically parallel the wrist here. Like that. There's like a diamond. In the middle that the blade goes through. God, that keeps happening. I think the angle of this diamond is wrong. Oh, it's like the drunk version. Huge ass pommel. Whoa. See, I wish that if you cut something out like that, you could deselect it so you could move it around the canvas and then still have the selection afterwards. Something I really don't like. So there will probably need to be a bunch of refinement still in that area. Let's turn this off, make a new layer, and see if I can figure out how to do the straight lines that I'm always accidentally doing. Sick! Wait, I should see where that's actually supposed to go first. How do I do that? I drag it out. No. It's like a finesse thing. There we go. So this comes just inside the elbow. Jeez, it's like a split second. I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do that. Wow, it's just like so picky. I think his head might be too small. Looks better. This drawing's going to take me forever if I do it really detailed. And if it keeps picking up colors like that by mistake. There's obviously not a ton of detail in this water. I'm just kind of riffing on it. But that's something that really does interest me about this, like where a screenshot might not be able to render certain details, I could just go in there and add, so this could end up being cooler than the screenshot depending on how much time I add into it. So right now I'm just trying to check like where the night is in relation to all the other stuff based on that initial sketch in. That looks pretty good. I think I can move him back a little bit. Like there. That actually lines up pretty good with where the marker points on the sketch should be. Whoop. Alright, so this is an empty layer. This will be for this guy. So where to start on him? Oop. So this guy's got this like really creepy mask and crown thing going on. Kind of looks like a sad Iron Man. I think it's mostly these like eye slits that make him look like Iron Man. Can't tell what the fuck is happening here. Yeah, so I think this arm's a bit longer than I originally drew it. And these are more like slanted. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm almost done. This drawing's gonna take me a long time. So I think I'm about done for today. Thanks for watching. This drawing is seriously going to take me forever because it's super fucking detailed. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. And thanks again for stopping by.